Hey guys, real quick, I have a Patreon, so definitely stop in and check that out. But for now, enjoy the video you're about to watch. Hey guys, it's me, Julian Greystoke. I'm wearing my strong female character shirt, which is covered in cat hair, because the cats have already been here. Today we are talking about the second book in the News Flesh series, which is a zombie book series. If you would like to see my review about the first book, links in the doobly-doo to that. There will be spoilers in this review, huge spoilers for the ending of the first book. So if you have not read that or you care about spoilers for that, then probably just off you go. Hey guys, so just a really quick synopsis of this book. Like I said, spoilers for the previous book. This story is about Sean Mason, who is recovering not well from the death of his sister, who was his best friend in the previous book. They live in a land filled with zombies, and they are trying to run a news organization online because in this world, bloggers have taken over the news sphere, but he's really not feeling it anymore. He's kind of aimless, and then he finds a CDC researcher who's faked her own death, and he gets embroiled into a whole world of corruption and scheming and zombies. So I did enjoy my read of this book, and I might have enjoyed some aspects of it even more than the first book. This one had a lot more action going for it. The first book was a lot more political. This one is a lot more stuff going on, moving from place to place. However, this book did require you not to think too hard about the plot points that were happening. There were several times where I was listening, because I have to listen to most of my books these days, and I was like, oh, well, it's a zombie story. The characters in this story were all kind of bland. I still enjoyed following them, but I never felt very attached to them at all. I really liked the lead character in the first book, but of course, she died, and I was interested to follow the brother character, but I just don't like him as much as... And all of the side characters are interesting, but there's not that much to them. They all kind of have the same voice, they all kind of have similar personalities. I did still really like the world and atmosphere of this book, and it didn't hit you quite as hard with all of the world building like it did in the previous book. The world building was like constantly punching you in the face. I still do find the world of this book to be very interesting in that it is a post-outbreak world. The outbreak happened a long time ago, and so people are just living their lives with zombies. And there is a bit of a theme of like people like to be afraid, which is why we haven't completely eliminated the zombies, which doesn't really work terribly well, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. Suspend your disbelief. I was also excited that the lead character seems like he is definitely a romantic and possibly asexual. He does have a sort of romantic interest, but it is very clear that he was clueless that she was into him, has absolutely no interest in like a romantic relationship with her. He does enjoy sex with her, but he doesn't seem to find her sexually attractive either that much. There's sort of a troubling line where it's like, I am a man after all, so of course I'm aroused, and I was like, didn't love that. But he also has a line about how he will never have a proper boyfriend-girlfriend romance with her because that's just not the way he's wired, which is a lot more of the aromantic thing, so I was on board for that. The only problem I have with the sort of romance in this book is that it is implied that he was in love with his sister. It's never outright stated, so I could continue to stick my fingers in my ears and be like, la 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 la, they were just really close siblings and he wasn't in love with her and they never had sex, la 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 la. I am so not on board for that. I don't care if they were adopted siblings and they didn't come from the same parents. I don't care. I hate it when stories do that, when they have adopted siblings romantically inclined towards each other. No, no, 100% not down for that. Another thing that I really missed from the previous book is a big thing about the previous book was the news. They're newspaper reporters. There was a lot about that and the news reports they were going to do and how they were filming it and all of this stuff and in the previous book, and I really liked that. I was there for that. I was interested in how the internet of the future and the internet personalities of the future, how they functioned. Because I am an internet personality, even though I'm not a very popular one. And there was a lot less of that in this book. Every now and then they would be like, oh yeah, and put out this article so the public thinks we're doing this. But they never went into depth about it, and it only seemed like they did it when they remembered, oh yeah, our characters are supposed to be a news organization, a big news organization at that. Something that was really troubling in this book, and I would like to warn people about, is that the representation of mental illness in this book is terrible. Do not come to this book looking for anything resembling good representation of mental illness. If you are easily bothered by bad portrayals of mental illness, probably just avoid this book altogether. While this book had a lot more action and a lot more like tension, there was a lot of tension, a lot of tense scenes. Oh, our characters are trapped somewhere. Oh, the zombies are coming. How are they gonna get out? But then there would be not very much payoff. Tension would build and build and build, and then the characters would get out of the situation just fine. And that was really kind of disappointing. I really loved the building tension, but it needed to have equally good payoff. And finally, let's talk about that epilogue. No, I am not on board. Alright, when Riversong is gone, that means that I'm done talking about it. Here we go. They are bringing back the sister who they killed so well in the first book. That was one thing I admired about the first book. Now they are going to be bringing her back, and I am furious about this. I'm probably going to hate read the next book in the series. Why do you do this? Why do you feel the urge to bring back characters who are dead? Leave them dead. Was it not enough that she was a voice in her brother's head? You had to bring her back. And I liked this character, so you would think I would be rejoicing at bringing her back. But her death was so good and so meaningful. Stop what you're doing, stop. There you go, guys, those were my thoughts on Deadline. As you all know, I post new videos here on this channel Mondays and Fridays, so come check those out. And all of the links to my social media are in the doobly-doo, so head on down there and click on all of the things. Clicking on things is fun, right? That's why we play video games. And I will see you all again next time with whatever it is I happen to be doing next time. Bye!